On the surface of kind of gram-negative bacteria and some gram-positive bacteria, you have these long, thin, filamentous structures called fimbria.
Ooh, there's a microphone. How many flights of stairs? The last day of lectures for this week, and yeah, I was supposed to be vlogging, but I didn't really vlog much because there's not really much going on. The first day was great, second day was great. A lot of this is going to be hard, you're gonna have to study a lot, but maybe that's expected. We have a break right now, and as you can see from the back, you see all that pink and all that green? They're all lectures that I need to catch up on and make flashcards on. It took me a while to get into actually like back into studying, having been used to not studying all summer. Yesterday I got my like flow back and I'm catching up on everything, and it's helpful that Friday we have no lectures. Like every Friday we don't have any lectures. I have Friday, Saturday and Sunday to catch up on it, inshallah, so good luck to me. I feel like this year I'm gonna need to keep on top of everything, because I feel like if I do not keep on top of everything, then it will all catch up on me and I will be stressed and overwhelmed and all of that, and I'm trying to prevent that. This week and next week we don't have any tutorials or anything like that. One drawback of this year, one other thing that's like really kind of difficult, is how far the campus is. So this year we're in Croke Park, but the thing is it's really far away. It's like 2 hours away from where I live. It is an hour and a half, that's what Google Maps says, but practically it's like 2 hours, and I don't know, that's like 2 hours going, 2 hours coming back. I really do want to be on campus every day, but I don't think that's going to be possible, and I think that's okay, because there are days that we have tutorials and there are days that other groups have tutorials, and on those days I don't think it will be smart to go in for 2 hours. There's an online freshers event today that I'm going to, so if I saw you, hi, you probably didn't see me. That's why I didn't go in, because I wouldn't have made it back in time for that if I stayed on campus. I'm gonna go have my break and then we're gonna go back. We have 2 more lectures and then that's the end for the week.
Prophylaxis would include usually oral fluconazole. Anti-aspergillus prophylaxis, as I mentioned earlier, is usually posaconazole for at-risk patients, and this should also provide some cover against candida. So often in hematology patients who use their posaconazole.
Just like you. I'm back. Hello, it's me. I'm back. If you're new to my channel, my name is Al Khair. I'm in second year medicine at RCSI. Today I will be talking about the month of September and how it went. I started this year in September, in the middle of September, but these 2 weeks have felt like a whole semester. I feel like there have been so many new things. There's so much content this year that, like, I don't know, it's kind of overwhelming, it's kind of stressful, it's kind of a lot, but I guess that's second year for you. We've only been here for like I think over 2 weeks, but I feel like there's like so many deadlines, there's so much stuff to do. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's how I'm feeling at the moment. I think at first I'll just go over what the semester is all about and what we're doing this semester. So for semester 1 we have 4 modules. The first one is Foundations in Pathology, then there's Foundations in Microbiology, Foundations in Immunology and Skin, and then Respiratory Disease. Like half of the semester is going to be a mixture of loads of different lectures at once. So we'll have Foundations in Pathology, so FIP, FIM and FIIS all jumbled up together, and then later on we're going to have them in kind of like blocks. So we're going to have just one module all at once for a couple weeks, and then the next module. Our assessments this year is going to be SNQs, and then end of semester MCQs, and then let me check. So within the semester we're going to have MCQs, which are multiple choice questions, SNQs, which are short note questions. Oh, and we also have some group work that we're doing as well. And then at the end of the semester we have end of semester MCQs and data interpretation, which I'm not sure what that is yet. So far I have a lot of stuff that I need to get done, and I've decided that this year is going to be my year of getting involved with everything. So I am taking everything, holding it tightly, like doing anything, like any events, anything that I have time for and it's not coinciding with like lectures or something like that. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna do it. I've joined a few committees as well. My hope, my plan is to get some sort of research at some point, so hopefully that will happen for me, inshallah. Like I said, this year has been very stressful so far. I think it was a very good choice for me not to work during this year. I know a lot of other people work, but I couldn't. It was draining me mentally too much, and I was too tired, and I had other stuff that I would rather do. So what I'm gonna do is just be on top of my finances and then not work. Now that you've heard me complain, time for me to tell you what I did to try and help me with all of this. One thing that has really helped is writing everything down. I'll try and explain what I mean. I have put my timetable all in a calendar, so like just the calendar that I have on my laptop. Everything on the calendar, so that I know when I have my lectures, what I'm having that day, and I can kind of visualize in like blocks of time where I have space, what time I have space. I also have this bullet journal that has helped a lot in lectures, outside of lectures, when I'm doing work or whatever and I'm not at home. I can write down like to-do lists of what I'm doing today, what I plan to do, and this is to help me not forget, because usually I would say I want to do something and as soon as like 10 minutes later, I don't know, I completely forgot about it until it's like 10 minutes before it's due or something, and I'm like, oh god, I didn't do it. So writing a list here, whenever something pops in my head, write it down. I also have like a place where I write down any questions I have that pop up into my head during the lecture. I used to write them on the actual lecture slide, but then at the end when the lecturer was like, do you have any questions, I'd have to like swipe, like, you know, scroll all the way up to the top and look for the question. So this helps, having all the questions in one place. I can go up with my bullet journal, all the questions, get them asked. If they weren't answered, then I can ask or email the professor another time. When I'm out, it's much easier to write down on here. I write shopping lists, I write things I need to say to my therapist. I write down everything in this bullet journal, just so I have somewhere to write. That's the first place, one of the first things that I write in. Another thing that has helped, having a little whiteboard like this. So this whiteboard is just a piece of card with whiteboard paper on it, and then it's like just real simple, real cheap. If I just have like something that I need to do, that I need to see, like it's something important that I need to do that's not like specifically to do with lectures or academics or anything like that, I write it on this little whiteboard. If I do not write it, like I said, if I don't write stuff down, I forget about it. So stuff to do with clubs and societies, stuff to do with like extracurricular stuff that is not specifically for my modules and stuff like that, write them all down there. I also have behind me, you can see I have my table. Behind me I have my table, and part of my table has a whiteboard, and you can't really see what it says, but there's different colors. Each of them are different modules. I've given all my modules a different color. They're just the lectures that I need to do Anki flashcards in, and if I haven't finished them, then they're up there, and then if I did finish them, I just cross them out or I wipe them away. I also have this other little journal. This stays at home as well. This is just like an art slash random writing thing, whatever. It's just for me to write down thoughts that I've had, or like, I don't know, if I have had a bad day or something, to write it down, get it out of my head. It's not to do with academics, but it really helps. The next thing that is a lifesaver that I use is the Pomodoro method. I use this app called Flow. I set it to 50 minutes and then a 10-minute break, so that's like an hour, and then I do 4 of them, and then I have a large break, which is half an hour. This has been the best way for me to get through a lot of work and a lot of study, and also give myself breaks. If I were to sit down and just randomly do time, then I'll get tired. I'll give myself long breaks, and it's not as organized and structured and planned out. I also record time lapses. They're not always posted, but I always record time lapses of myself, and this stops me from using my phone, and it also acts as if someone is watching me, and so I feel guilty when I go and do something else other than study. Another thing that has really helped is reading. As you can see behind me, I have bought a lot of books, and I've been reading them, and I've been trying to finish them, and I think it's a very good way for me to take a break without using my phone. I've been trying my best not to use my phone, set time limits on my phone. I'm not using it as much as I would usually use it. Reading is like another way for me to entertain myself, other than just scrolling mindlessly through Instagram or TikTok or something like that. This is one book that I'm reading now. It's just a fiction. The next book that I'm reading is a non-fiction. I haven't read enough books to give you proper recommendations or anything like that. Reading books has been very helpful for me. Moving on. One thing that has been very difficult for me is the commute to college. So we're on campus this year, and we're in Crook Park. It is like 2 hours away from where I live. So that's a 2-hour commute to college and a 2-hour commute back. I understand that it's, you know, the usual commuting and all of that, but it's very tiring, and that's just the reality of it. I get it's Crook Park. Crook Park is amazing, but after a while it gets kind of boring. But anyways, I'm enjoying being back. I'm enjoying being around other people, and to be honest, I focus more when I'm on campus and I'm not distracted by all of this behind me. One thing that has really helped is taking everything one day at a time and not focusing on a huge picture of everything. If I were to sit down and study and decide to look at all the things that I have due this month and all the lectures that I have this month or this week even, then I would be overwhelmed, and then that would lead to me not doing it, because then I'll want to do everything all at the same time. So instead of that, I write a list and stick to my list and act like the only thing that I have to do that day is on my list. Like, once I sit down and I'm studying, nothing else matters. There's nothing else in the world, only my list. In terms of like my lectures and my modules, I am enjoying them very much. I love learning about diseases and all of that. I have been finding microbiology much harder than pathology, but there are other resources that I'm going to try out and see if they work and if they help me out. So this year I haven't been writing any notes. I've been making flashcards on Anki, and they have been really helpful and much faster than doing notes. But like, one issue is that I keep forgetting that I have to do flashcards when I'm doing Anki, but I'll get the hang of it. Come on, why is it not going back to how I wanted it to be? Oh, it's recording! Didn't even know it. Hello. Hello. What's up? What's going? What's the story? Okay, I don't know how to start this. How do I start? I love this chair. This chair is so fun. What am I doing a video about? I'm doing a video about September. But anyways, onto this video. Oh yeah, what am I doing? I don't know how to start this. Oh, what can be my intro? Someone tell me what my intro is. Don't be scared. Get vaccinated. Hello. Hi. How y'all doing? What's up? Write down what you want to say. I've already written down. I just don't know how to say hi. I don't know which hi to say.
Hey, family.
Hey, the Jam fam. Imagine, I don't know. I can't do that.
Me?
Copyright. I see. Oh, wow. Channel. I have almost 300 subscribers. I'm famous.
300k. Wow, you're actually.
Hi, ugly. Bye, ugly.